Okay. Here we go. Let's finish this up. Continue. Okay. Ursula's back home, but she's different. Major changes coming to Atina and Reverie, and I have no choice but to be a part of it. Alright, so there's a buzz on my side. I pull myself out of bed and take a quick look at the time. 4 a.m. I grab my phone. Yana, I need to see you. Now. My heart skips a beat as I text them back. The beach, 20 minutes. Outside, the air is slightly chilly. Apart from the waves crashing onto the sand, the island is quiet.
Listen, I don't have long.
Good morning to you, too.
What happened at the ruins? It's causing a stir. A big one.
MK's going to strike back? If so, we're ready.
No, we're not.
No, Polly, you don't understand. They're out for blood. For real.
Do they know about our connection?
I don't think so. I managed to delete our last conversation, and they don't have any reason to suspect me.
They come closer. I wish I could reach out and
MK
touch
wasn't
them.
always like this. They're a huge corp, but they had systems in place to protect civilians.
What's changed then? Because look around. Look at what's happening. People have good reason to hate them.
A few years ago, they started pouring a ton of money and energy into the Oxyon ruins. Like they were steering the ship in a new direction.
Wait, hold on. Is the... There we go. That's a little better, I think.
And MK's a big ship. You can't turn it around in one night.
I realize I've never seen Yana this uncertain, but they're maintaining their composure, even if their job may be in jeopardy in the future.
They call it Project Loom.
Somewhere out there, marketing interns just gotten their wings.
Okay, not the reaction I was expecting. Did you know about this?
I might have had an inkling. Don't ask. Seriously.
Well, whatever you did down there in the temple, it's messed with their plans.
They grab my
I
hand.
needed to warn you now because I can't be seen here. I can't see you. Not for now. I need to lie low for a while, but I'll try to do as much as I can to help you all from where I am.
Thank you, Yana. It means a lot.
They flash me a smile and immediately turn and walk away. I stand there alone for a solid minute. Project Loom, Yana, whatever happened to Ursula? I need advice. I need... Reverie. All the aspirations are here, gathered around the heart. Lance's smiles, awkward looks. The tension is thick.
My mother was right. Glory and MK are working together.
Murmur ripples around the
I don't
ground.
have all the details, but it can't be a coincidence. Whatever's happening to my island is because of Glory.
Has anyone got a camel handy? I just found this lovely straw.
She must be found and listened to before we do anything that cannot be undone. We have no idea what is happening in her sanctuary.
She may be a prisoner. Or she could be manipulating people from beyond Reverie.
Sounds like someone needs to break into that little sanctuary of hers.
Don't be stupid. That's impossible.
I raise my arms, requesting silence. It's time for me to make a decision and choose a path. Hear the other aspirations, listen to chaos. I mean, I'm quite curious on what Chaos has to say. I have a feeling that of all the aspirations, Chaos is the only one I can turn
Chaos?
to.
What are you thinking? Why can't we get into Glory's sanctuary?
I get the feeling that the others don't appreciate the priority I'm giving
We
Chaos.
aspirations have one golden rule. One. Each sanctuary is protected, private, a special place that no other can enter uninvited. You may have noticed, but we're all unique. Some more than others. But each aspiration's sanctuary is their fortress.
So, how do we get into Glory's?
We can't. But you can. As the Oracle, you have access to all our homes, whether we like it or not. But there's a catch.
A catch?
Whatever those awful boars over at MK have done, it's sealed off Glory's sanctuary in a way that we've never seen. Sealed it off even from the Oracle.
So, what? That's it? Game over?
Oh, no, not at all. By injecting a huge amount of raw energy into the... let's call it the barrier that's surrounding Glory, you could break into her sanctuary.
The energy required, that amount of egregor, it could wound her severely. Kill her, perhaps.
This is madness. We exist because we work together. You know what happens when the balance is compromised. You've seen it before.
Indeed. Hard to forget who you became for a while. Power.
Whatever the history is between these two, it's getting in the way of solving our
Enough!
problem.
We need to find a way to help Glory without destroying her sanctuary. Or her...
Silence falls. After a few moments, Bond speaks
I believe
up.
Chaos is right.
Bliss and Power can't hide their surprise. Only Truth seems to know where this is
We
going.
exist together. We are concepts, ideas, humanity's collective pasts, presents, and futures. Balance is not a purpose. It is a state. We lost it. We can find it again.
See? Even the tree hugger thinks I'm right.
Tree hugger?
Please, please. I need a minute to think. To digest everything you've said. To find a way to follow this plan.
It's barely a plan at all.
I toss the
Don't
necklace.
do anything while I'm away.
I'm back at the Naiads. The sun's up now. The city's starting to awaken. There's so much to do, so much to think about. The aspirations may not be united, but I know they can support me. Because I can't do this alone. Interesting. You're not expecting half of what's going to happen. Oh snap, okay. I step inside. The day is off to as normal a start as possible. Laszlo's brewing coffee and chatting with Jade. Nora's complaining about the early alarm call. Omar and Ursula are going over the notebook, rebinding its pages. I wave to my mother, beckoning her over. She stands and walks away from Omar. Nobody seems to notice.
Is everything all right? You seem...
Yana came by. They say MK's out for blood. Their words.
And strong words they are.
She seems to be thinking hard. Our discussion changed a lot of things. There's still a distance between us, but also a new kind of relationship.
I think perhaps it's time. No more secrets. No more hiding. Are you comfortable sharing everything? Here. Now.
Comfortable. What a strange concept. The world might be coming to an end and we're discussing comfort. But I nod as she claps her hands, calling everyone over.
We have something we need to discuss today.
She's not lying. The next half hour is a deluge of new information for Jade, Nora, Laszlo, and Omar. The four of them stay silent, learning about aspirations, sanctuaries, hearts, and cycles. About about another world. Coral blue lipstick? About what's coming for us.
I know that's a lot to take in. And I'm sorry I hid it all from some of you.
Looking at you, Nora. She's probably the only person in the room who didn't see this coming.
There's an emergency. One of the aspirations, Glory, is trapped. We need to save her. We don't have all the facts, but we think MK's been using her powers to look into the future. All possible futures. And to grow strong. Rich. They had all the power in the world. And they chose greed. Suffering. We need to move on them. The company and the aspiration are linked, one way or another.
With enough energy, enough egregor, we can blast our way into Glory's sanctuary, for want of a better term. I will admit the prescience may be affected by this release of energy.
Needless to say, it will be a very delicate operation, and it will require
But I don't want to do that.
organization.
For a moment, no one says anything. Then Jade stands, slowly, her hands trembling. She starts
Whatever's
to speak.
going on in your head, whatever happened in the ruins, I don't believe a word of this. Let's imagine the last hour wasn't everyone losing their collective mind. Let's say you're right, and everything you've told us is true. What exactly are we going to do?
It takes Ursula a second to find the right
From
words.
what I've gathered, the prescience collect and attract a certain type of energy. We want to change where the energy is directed. It might be difficult, since they've been trained to do it a certain way, again and again.
What do you mean, difficult? Will it hurt them?
Potentially.
So, you can't make an omelette without breaking a few eggs, huh? Sacrifice the few for the many, blah, blah, blah.
Cold anger slowly transforming into something
No,
else.
we're going to act. All of us. Together.
We need everybody's help.
Jade takes a few steps and heaves a loud
My
sigh.
investigation is ready to go live. If we push it out today, we could change the way this island sees MK.
That would undoubtedly make a difference. But will it be enough? It's still playing by their rules. I've done that many, many times. It's time for something different. Something riskier, and...
She stops.
I'm sorry. My intention wasn't to make you uncomfortable. I
need a minute.
She steps out. Everybody's watching. I avoid my mother's eyes. That was tough. I'm glad my mother was able to see how she sounded. But something's bothering me. I still don't know where I'm going with all this, and it feels wrong. Everyone has an opinion about this. I give everyone a quick smile and suggest we take a break. Nora disappears to her room without giving me so much as a backward glance. Laszlo and Omar stay where they are. I guess they're buddies now? I turn to my mother.
How are you feeling?
I've been grappling with this knowledge my entire life, you know. And today, for the first time, it felt good to have someone on my side. Not just knowing, but acting.
That's probably the nicest thing she'll ever say to me.
But I regret the way I spoke to Jade. She's done so much for this community, and I respect her work. It's just that...
She breaks off abruptly.
I don't want to influence you. I don't want to influence anybody.
I'll have a chat with them. Don't wander off, okay?
She smiles as I step away from her. I hope I can listen to each of them. I really want to do that. Also, Red, I don't know if you're still here, but we're gonna break out Glory so you'll be able to see her. Omar is busy with his notebook, writing as fast as humanly possible.
Did you get all of that?
Every single word. Amazing!
He pockets his pen and notebooks, his eyes fixed on me.
It's all true, Polly. Everything the Oxyons believed in.
I've noticed.
It's like waking up and being told all of your imaginary friends are real. Her words, your stories, they're connected to so much Oxyon writing.
He takes a deep breath. I can see him curbing his own enthusiasm.
But
All of that is for later. Right now, well, I guess you have a choice ahead of you. Oracle.
I don't feel much like an oracle. All I see are bits and pieces. Potential footpaths, not roads.
That's more than the rest of us. And it's going to be crucial for what's ahead. But more importantly, how are you?
Relieved. Keeping it all from everyone was rough.
But you had to. Of course you had to. And I'm happy you thought to include me as a confidant.
Oh, Ma. I know you're new around here, but you're a part of this. And I'm happy to have you here.
Is he blushing? Omar? Now? He smiles, composing himself.
So, I need to know where you're at. Which way you're leaning with all this.
Yes. Monoconzern. Aspirations. This glory. MK is a poison. Or the consequence of a poison. The unchecked capitalism that it embodies is a death knell. Exponential growth is a myth. Eventually someone will feel the strain. And it won't be the executives. They have to be stopped. They must be stopped. First it was Athena. Now they've set their sights on the world. I have every respect for Jade and her work. She's brilliant, in a way. But we can't play by their rules. We've tried, and it does not work. To change the system, we need to destroy it. Ursula's plan is the most direct path to that end.
But my mother's idea is risky. People could get hurt. People could die.
We're talking about a revolution, Polly. And all revolutions have a price. Sometimes it's paid in suffering.
This is a side of him I've never seen. Direct, aggressive almost. I feel Bond's warmth surrounding us.
He speaks his mind, and the truth.
You agree with him?
We stand on the cusp of a new era. Cohesion, connection, community. Sometimes the simplest methods are the best ones.
Bond's right, I know, but can I accept it? Wave goodbye to Omar and retreat to the kitchen. I mean, I really don't know. Laszlo is waiting for you.
Hey.
He beckons me over with the jerk of his head.
Quite the family meeting.
Not your average tete-a-tete, no. How's it all sitting with you?
Strangely. I'm not surprised, I don't think. Appeased, maybe. Your mother and I have always been very truthful with each other. She has her life, and I have mine. This explains a lot.
The smile on his face is heavy and sad.
Still stings, though.
For the record, I'm sorry I couldn't say anything. I wanted to. You have no idea how much I wanted to.
Oh no, it's not your fault. It's foolish, really. Just a whole side to your mother I never knew. I was watching her face while you were laying everything out. There was a joy there. A sparkle in her eyes I haven't seen since, well... Made me a little sad, is all. That I can't be part of it. That side of her.
Oh, Laszlo.
I move in for a hug and squeeze him hard around the waist. He squeezes back. When we break apart, he wipes his eyes on the back of his
Now
hands.
comes the hard part, of course. I can't help but think Jade has the right of it. Her investigation is the push this community needs. It'll open people's eyes, get things going.
Puts his hand on mine, swallowing it up. His eyes dart away from me.
But... you're going to follow Ursula?
I've known your mother longer than I've known almost anyone. Every time I've seen her like this, with this much determination, she was right. Every single time. I can't say I understand everything that's going on. Dimensions, otherworldly beings, oracles. But I know MK has ground this island to dust. If Ursula says she knows how to fix that, well, I trust her. I love her.
He smiles again.
Look at me. I should be the one asking after you. All of this seems like a lot, Polly.
It is, but I'm getting the hang of it. It's all a bit mind-blowing. The whole shaping the fate of the world thing is daunting. But it's like trying to picture winning the lottery, you know? Impossible to actually comprehend. I'm just going to keep on doing what I'm doing. Trusting those around me and make the best choices I can.
I know you'll do us proud. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to have a chat with your mother. Make the best choice I can.
I let him walk away. He looks more determined now.
Split between love and his own morality.
True.
Not an envious position, but he bears it well. You are lucky to have someone like him, Harmony. His kind are all too rare these days.
True again. On my way to Nora's room, I spot her sitting on the diving board.
Hey. Ready to talk?
She looks up at me fearfully, like I'm an intruder in my own home.
Talk. That's what we're gonna do after all that. Talk.
I can't even imagine what she's thinking.
Her mind's blown. Well and truly blown. Can't exactly blame her, can you? If I found out there was another world beyond Brittle and Reverie, well, my mind would probably be blown too.
Out, Bliss. Give me a second with Nora.
Yeah. That was a proper coming-of-age scene back there. Even for me. I'm so tired, Nora. Not as much as Jade, maybe. But I am tired. I just want to crawl under a blanket and sleep forever.
But you can't.
No. I can't. Because the stakes are too high for that.
And it's all true.
Every single word. Reverie. The aspirations. Polly the Oracle.
And Ursula knew? All this time?
Looks like it.
So you lied to me? Both of you?
No. We couldn't just blurt it all out to anyone. It wasn't the right time.
And when would the right time have been? After Ursula killed herself? What if something happened to you at MKHQ?
Nora, I didn't think about...
Stop. Just stop.
You're right. Of course you are.
I know
No,
we've
she's
been
not.
apart for a while, but I'm still me. I wish you'd known. You could trust me.
It's not about trust. It's about doing my damn job. I hate this trope so fucking much. I move to sit beside her as she scooches off the diving board and onto the lip of the pool.
I'm sorry.
She lays her head on my
I
shoulder.
know. It's a lot.
It's a lot.
It really is an annoying trope. I mean, like, and I get it. I'm not saying, like, her feelings are invalid or anything. Because, like, you can feel like, oh my god, especially in a fantasy setting like this, you could be like, oh my god, there was all this shit going on, and like, my friend is this chosen one, and they never told me any of this. But like, there's so many factors that go into, like, you know, maybe telling you probably would have put you in more danger. Maybe they were trying to keep you safe. Maybe you're just like, I don't know. I don't know. Like, I wouldn't feel betrayed by something like that, but I could understand why someone would feel betrayed. But I just think it's such a childish way of thinking and be like, oh my god, you didn't trust me. And it's like, okay, but there's a lot to think about here besides just trust. I want to see someone who understands about the situation and maybe how it's not something easily brought up. Yeah. We sit in silence for a while, legs dangling. The sunlight casts shadows across the room that shifts as time rolls on. There's also the aspect of, like, would you have even believed me? Like, if I had trusted you, quote unquote, enough to tell you everything from the beginning, you probably would have thought I sounded like a crazy person.
Using the prescience is a mistake. I'm with Jade on that.
I smile. When she was younger, Nora was always something of a follower. It's good to see her stand her ground.
Because she's standing up for what's right, but also because I can feel something inside me. You know that MK job I told you about? that was connected to that feeling.
Prescient?
I don't know. I don't know what that would even feel like. I'm scared, Paul.
I pull her to my side. I'm realizing how familiar we are and how incredibly different. But with our secrets shared, their weight is divided. They settle as lighter truths.
It's okay. I am too.
We sit there a while longer, watching the shadows shift. After a while, she nudges me. She needs some alone time. That's understandable. I pull myself out of my thoughts, leaving Nora to hers. I truly don't think I'm going to commit to this whole, like, we're going to get a bunch of egregor and get a bunch of people killed and not only hurt the prescience, but hurt people just so we can get to glory. Like, I just don't see how it's so much sacrifice and the payoff isn't that great. Jade's all by herself outside. I give her a wave before heading over to
It's
join
a
her.
lot. Yeah?
I don't know, Polly. Reverie, aspirations, a guy called Bond. Yes, it's a lot. Not as much as your mother's unhinged plan, though.
She's not furious. She's
cold. Frozen, even. She's drained from all this, and now she has seen the crossroads ahead. I admire her loyalty to her own beliefs.
Power fades away as I get closer to
What
Jade.
you've done with your investigation is incredible. Seriously.
My awe is genuine. Nora talked about it so much that I went ahead and read the whole thing for myself.
But...
No but. For real.
She looks at me for a moment.
Your mother's going to hurt people. People from the community. Friends. She's using MK's own tactics against them. That goes against everything I believe in. Everything. MK's been hurting people for their own gain. They've bribed every official on this island to keep it quiet. It has to end. And it won't if we have to become them to stop them.
I see her eyes moisten, just a tad. I feel Power's influence at work here, enveloping Jade in a distinctive aura.
If you back your mother's plan, I'm out. I can't do it, Polly. I just can't.
Power was right. This is a line Jade won't cross.
I understand. I do. Truly. This whole ordeal has been like turning a mirror on my own convictions. I have to pick a side.
You always have to pick a side, Polly. Always. And I've picked mine.
I'm kind of leaning towards Jade, not gonna lie. Time is running out. I've heard from everybody I needed to. Just as I'm about to complain about all the contrasting opinions, I hear Bond's voice behind me.
It looks like we agree, Harmony.
Two plans. Two completely opposing views.
Nothing good can come of this mess, Harmony. Nothing.
Jade's not saying if it's not on her terms, and I completely understand. Nora's made a difficult decision, and I completely understand. Laszlo and Omar want to follow Ursula, and I completely understand.
I've been chosen to make decisions. One way or another, in my world or yours.
If you take a side, this gathering of friends and family can only break further.
We can't afford to stand still. MK's getting ready to move against us, and Glory is trapped, or at the very least, under their influence.
So, what will you do?
I reply instantly. There's only one option.
I'll pick a side.
I like Bond, actually. Even though I don't have as many... Ursula's right. You won't regret this, I promise. Well, I hope everybody's ready.
I've made up my mind. And I think Jade's plan is the strongest. The strongest and also the safest. We can't count on Reverie to save our island. We should be the ones making a difference.
Ursula turns away without giving me another look. Jade comes a bit closer.
It feels good to be listened to. And understood. It feels soothing, even.
We both smile. In the background, I see Ursula leave the room. Nobody follows her. She's mad, but I don't give a fuck. We never really, it's not like we had a particularly close relationship, so nothing gained, nothing lost, goddammit. Not long afterward, Jade, Nora, and I are in downtown Alma finishing a quick lunch. I didn't know I'd miss Atina's legendary sandwiches. The famous taste of the spicy sauces and soft bread mixed with chickpea flours makes me smile. Look at that sandwich, honey.
Wow. You devoured your kumru like it was your first meal in a week.
I was starving.
I noticed Jade hasn't touched her sandwich.
You okay, Jade?
Too stressed to eat. Haven't had an appetite for a while now.
I'm sorry if I was inconsiderate or anything.
It's fine. People react to stress differently. My investigation, all the time I've spent on it, it's weighing me down.
See, here's the thing. I don't think this route is going to be effective, though, because I didn't build up, like, community and blah, blah, blah enough, so...
But I feel like there's a way out now. Thanks to you.
She lowers her eyes. She's going to ask for a favor, something serious.
I need your help. Again. Something big.
Go on.
Your friend, Yana. Nora's been telling me you two are close.
Yes.
I hadn't thought about it like that, but yes, close.
If we get them on board, it could really help. I mean, my investigation's ready to go out, but Yana's support would spread it further, make it more credible.
I get it. It means we need to fill them in on everything, right?
It's up to you.
We don't want to force you to do it, if you don't want to.
She looks like she's about to deliver a long speech about wanting to be sure I'm okay with the plan. I place my hand on hers, stopping her.
Yana deserves to know. I can talk to them. It's a risk, but it's worth it. They did warn me about MK, after all. We can trust them.
For a moment, the three of us just smile at each other. Then Jade bites into her sandwich. A blob of melty cheese and sauce escapes the bread and falls onto the plate. It's hard not to laugh. The beach is deserted apart from Nora, Jade, and me. Far off in the distance, drones fly about over the inner workings of Atina. When I was younger, the place was bustling and alive. Something about our way of life has changed since then. Next to me, Nora and Jade are impatient. I can feel their agitation.
Yana's on their way.
Might be awkward. With Jade?
Maybe. Step back a bit, maybe? Give me some time to talk to them. Alone.
Yes, a minute alone with Yana.
If you say so.
Jade walks away, but Nora stays close by. Once Jade is out of earshot, she grabs my arm.
Polly?
Yeah?
Do you think Ursula's ever gonna forgive us for this?
If we make it work, yes. She'll see why we picked this plan over hers.
Nora walks away without responding. She's still uncomfortable, still torn between Jade and Ursula. Then I see Yana walking down the cement stairs towards me. They notice Jade and Nora, now a few paces behind me. No surprise, no emotion.
Look at them. Strong, like the roots of the earth.
Yes.
But perhaps not as strong as you, Harmony. Remember that.
Power leaves as Yana reaches me.
Can't keep away, eh?
It takes me a couple seconds to understand that they're teasing.
Huh?
I want to bury my head in the sand, but we're here for a reason.
You've brought company. Jade Galea. Enemy number 1 back at HQ.
Wanted posters plastering the walls? Reward for information? Stuff like that?
Worse, actually. How can I help?
Things are getting more complicated.
They are.
And I need to tell you the whole story.
As we walk along the beach side by side, I tell them what's happened to me over the last few days. Reverie and Brittle, the aspirations, Glory and MK, our decision to go with Jade's plan. As usual, I keep the Oggerol out of the picture.
That's quite a story you've got there.
It's a lot to take in.
Yes and no. Remember Project Loom? No wonder you already knew.
They stop. The water's not far off. The waves roll up the sand, stopping right before they reach our
Thanks
feet.
to Jade's work, we think we can spark change from within MK. We wanted to warn you. And ask if you had anything we could use without hurting you. Obviously.
We're past that stage, Polly.
They sigh and bend down to scoop up a shell that swells ashore.
When I started job hunting, it was MK or nothing. When they hired me, I told myself I was different. That I could change the system from within. Like a mole acting on behalf of common decency. I don't know. Turns out that kind of youthful optimism is built in. The system doesn't just resist it, it expects it. Needs it. That's how they attract the talent. I'll make a difference. I'm not like them. Before you know it, you're trying to rationalize cutting off water to an entire neighborhood.
They have the shell far out across the water.
The plan's a solid one. But it's only a first step. MK owns everything. Take them away and what's left? Chaos.
Before I can respond, they beckon to Jade and Nora. The two girls walk across the sand towards us. Behind us, the waves are getting higher. Their crashing almost drowns us out.
Hey.
They shake hands rather formally.
This isn't against some anarchist code? Breaking bread with an MK automaton?
I know the difference between a person and their job.
Nice to meet you, Jade. I'm not the only one with doubts about what MK's doing right now. I can check a few things and try to figure out the connection between MK and...
Glory.
Between MK and Glory, but I need time.
Jade almost jumps forward.
We don't have time. The longer we wait, the stronger MK will hit back.
If you want my help, I need time. Sorry.
Me too.
They're right, Jade.
They both look to me, hoping I can think of something to break the deadlock. This could really help
Jade,
us.
I think we should accept.
Polly, no. No, we can't.
It would mean having someone inside MK, collecting information.
And what if they catch on? We'll lose everything in an instant. Think about the prescience.
She stops, looking more exhausted than ever.
Polly.
I know what this means to you. Otherwise, I wouldn't have picked your plan in the first place.
It all comes down to trust. You've got to trust me, Jade, please.
Sorry to butt in, but what's your plan exactly?
I think it's time to fill them in. Alright. We want the M of AK. We want to free the prescience. Smell it, Yana. My role here is to say what everyone's already thinking.
We need to topple MK. We need to make sure they can't get back up. We need to bury them.
Jade and Nora agree, and I can see that Yana isn't entirely against the idea, even if they do work for MK.
It's not a wall or a tower, though. It's a tree. Its roots are spread across the whole island, inside and out.
We need something radical, or this will all be for nothing.
Cut off its head and 5 more will grow. Someone will take the fall, another daddy's boy will be promoted, and we'll be back to square one.
There's a brief silence. Yana's dampening our energy quickly.
We just need to be thorough. Steady hand on the tiller.
We hear you. But slow and steady isn't going to win the race this time. We're on a timer.
You aren't the first to try to take MK down, you know? I've seen a whole bunch of grassroots movements come and go with nothing to show for their work but their own shattered lives.
This time, it's different. We're different. We have Reverie and the aspirations.
Yana, literally, a bitch, save it.
I know, it's just... It takes a toll, you know? Waiting for change, but always being stood up.
It's my first trip back here in 5 years, and I barely recognize the place. Barely recognize the people. Everything's so quiet. Everybody's muted.
I've seen it with my own eyes. I've seen it through Jade's work. I've seen it everywhere. I hope Yana can believe that we'll see this.
And you're
through.
right. We have to do something.
Yes, we have to do something. I'm very interested, depending on how this goes, how I do want to try to play a slightly different route. We're agreed. Yana will spread the word of NK's misdeeds on the inside even. I trust them.
Glorious feeling, is it not?
It is.
Breathe it in. Enjoy the sensation.
I wish I could, but we have more pressing matters to attend
Jade,
to.
I believe in Yana. I know they can make a difference. Would you consider accepting their help?
I want to make sure Jade's on board. After all, it's her investigation. Jade smiles, a bit forced, but a smile nonetheless.
If you trust them, so do I.
Good. You won't regret it.
So, what's your role in the plan, exactly?
Yana's face lights up, just enough for me to guess what they're about to say next.
The less you know, the better. From now on, let's keep things on a need-to-know basis.
A quick look at the
You
time.
better get out of here. I'll stay behind to keep an eye on these drones.
You two go ahead. I need a moment with Yana. I'll meet you at the skate park, all right?
Nora and Jade exchange a smile. Yana and I watch them leave without saying a word.
Okay. Hi.
Hi.
I need to speak my mind, put my feelings into words,
You're
but...
taking risks for us. You don't have to.
I'm an adult, Polly. I can make my own decisions.
If you get into any kind of trouble, come to us. Please.
Is there room at the Naiads?
I smile. It's hard not to imagine it. Yana walking around the pool, having coffee in the kitchen with everyone, happy faces all around.
For you. Always. We'll find a place for you.
We stay there for a moment, savoring the moment together. It's corny, I know, but it feels
You
good.
should get back to your friends. I'll be on my way soon.
After a moment's hesitation, I leave Yana behind. As I walk up the stairs, I force myself to not turn back. I think I've been corny enough for one day. I walk back through Alma. Jade and Nora are nowhere to be found. They should already be at the skate park. Then, in the crowd, I spy Truth, standing there, waiting for me, their face even more sullen than usual.
Hey. What's going on?
Your presence is needed in Reverie. At once, Harmony.
I'm back in Reverie. For a moment, the place feels more real than my own life. I can't put my finger on why, but there's a new sense of connection here, of belonging. Then I can see the aspirations. They're standing in a circle around
What's
the
the
heart.
matter?
Chaos. Chaos is the matter. They won't accept your choices.
Look, I'm not out for blood, you know.
Whatever's going on in Brittle, you're about to ruin it for us.
In Brittle? What are you doing, Chaos? Are we working together or not?
You're missing the point, Harmony.
And you're acting like an irresponsible fool.
Everyone, calm down.
Oh, dear. This has all gotten very boring very quickly.
No wonder nobody picked your ass.
I get it. Being decisive is hard, right? But it's okay. I'm going to be decisive for you.
Power steps towards chaos. What happens when aspirations fight?
Easy there, big boy. You'll see what I'm up to soon enough. You all will. Bye-bye for now.
Chaos vanishes. All around me, the aspirations disappear one by one. I'm left completely alone. He's gonna try to break in anyway. He's trying to work with what's-her-face. Here we are. I feel like I've done everything in my power to push us closer to our goal. Weakening NK, freeing Glory, healing Reverie, and securing Brittle's future. The gears are turning, our plans already set in motion. The choices I've made ripple out around me, each shaping what's to come. I think I made the right decisions. I chose as best as I could, at least. All that's left to do is wait and see what happens. Communication channels are on fire. News sites split their coverage between two headlines: MK's secret prescience and the explosion of civil unrest. The spokespeople are out in force on both sides, manicured suits versus citizen anger. It's fair to say Jade's work has had the intended effect. I head outside to get some air and break from the incessant updates. The garden is quiet, and the smell of juniper berries waves through the trees. A calm before the storm. I consider stopping by Ursula's room, but the impulse passes. Tomorrow, maybe tonight, Atina will erupt into chaos, protest, police action, violence. And I won't see any of it. Reverie is calling. It needs me. The aspirations need me. And I need my rest. I dream of nothingness, a black void filled with absence, and awake feeling ill at ease. Sirens on the morning air, the hum of drones, faint echoes of marching feet and chanted slogans. It's time. Time to break the bond between our world and Reverie. Close my eyes, touch the necklace out of habit, and dive between worlds. Here we go. And I'm there. Reverie lies below me like a gigantic chessboard, a puzzle of enormous proportions. And to win that game, I need a Gregor. Glory is off the board. Whether she's trapped inside her nexus or simply refusing to play remains unclear. She forged a link with MK, and nothing good ever comes from dealing with the devil. But entering her realm, breaching the barrier MK has installed, that will require as much Gregor as I can muster. So I need to visit the others, all of them, persuade them to part with a piece of their power so that I can save them all. My mother and Chaos have another plan, a dangerous plan, one that could kill every prescient on Atina. I can't let that happen. So many futures, so many possible endings. I'm terrified, but it's time to act. I turn to leave, and then I feel something with me. No, someone. A presence lurking in the background. Chaos.
Oh, bugger. The hard way it is, then.
Before I can even open my mouth, there's a whooshing cessation. Suddenly, I'm in their sanctuary.
Sorry for the mess. I wasn't expecting visitors.
Visitors? You brought me here.
Oh, yes. Well, make yourself at home.
What do you want? I don't have time for this.
We never talk anymore. Don't you miss when we used to talk?
No! No, I don't!
Wait.
Honestly, sometimes I think I'm the only one who believes in this relationship.
You're stalling. Keeping me here so I can't... Ursula's plan. You're going ahead with Ursula's plan.
Oh, you are your mother's daughter, aren't you?
They smiled.
Through the years, she's tried to contact me. Messages, provoking sign. All she needed to do was send me her daughter.
I step up to them, breaking into this little fight of reminiscence.
I won't let you. The prescients, all those people, they could die.
Or everyone could be fine, and the bond between this world and yours is severed. Snap!
No. The other aspirations will never agree. They'll never give you their egregor.
How right you are. But who said they need to give it to me?
Another whooshing instant, and I'm back where I was. What did they mean? They need that egregor. So what's their plan? I don't have time for this. I need to visit the first of the aspirations. Oh, this is a lot. This will be a long trip across the divide. I settle myself in, get comfortable here in Brittle for my time in Reverie. But I want to know what will happen here, so I try something new. Before I leave, I turn on my tri-vid, leave it running the news. Then I dive between the realms. When I arrive, I try looking back across the Brittle. At first, it's like trying to peer through a mirror past your own image into the reflective world beyond. But I find a crack, a portal between the two realms, hazy but there. I feel rather than see a great unrest. The protest must have begun. I hear the teeny words of the Trivid by my side, updates, reports, and there's another force at play, something of Reverie but in Brittle. That must be Ursula, my mother, and her ritual. The portal closes, the effort leaving me breathless. Behind me, the heart of Reverie beats faster. Alright, so... bliss, power, truth. I don't have any of these. I can't pick any of these. First stop, bliss. Of all the aspirations, it's her presence I need the most right now. With her, I'll start my mission on the right foot, surrounded by happiness and positivity. When I enter her sanctuary, however, she barely stirs. Is it even possible for the personification of joy to feel sad?
Sprout. It's you. Pull up a beanbag, I guess.
Given the seriousness of the situation, I
Hey,
cannot.
what's wrong?
Nothing. No, that's a lie. Jeepers creepers, kid. It's your mum. She didn't listen. She and Chaos have started that stupid plan of theirs.
I thought I had more time.
You knew?
Had a run-in with Chaos when I arrived.
Then you know about Nora, I guess.
What about Nora?
She's a prescient, Harmony. Her abilities would have blossomed, but now she's hurt.
No.
Whatever Chaos and your mum are doing, it's working. But it's sending those poor buggers into fits.
We have to stop them. Quick. Please. You're a Gregor. It's the only way I can enter Glory's domain and stop my mother's plan.
Yeah. Yeah, I can do that. Only I was gonna...
What?
I can help Nora. Stop her hurting. But for that...
You need your Gregor.
Yeah. I'm so sorry, Sprout. It's one or the other. No way we can do both.
What do I do? What do I do? Shield Nora from the pain of Ursula's plan, or forge ahead and hope I can beat my mother to glory? I don't see the point in shielding her. I can't get distracted. I need to get to glory to save Atina, to save both Reverie and Brittle. Nora would understand.
Give me the egregor. I need to reach Glory before... before this all goes too far.
Are you sure? Are you sure this is what you want to do?
Yes.
Then... here.
The blue liquid clouds out from around Bliss, contracts into a sphere, and rushes into my chest. I can feel it there, inside, warm and heavy.
Thank you. I need to do this. I need to stop them before more people get hurt.
No judgment here. I get it.
She looks crestfallen all the same. As I leave, I wonder how many other secrets have been kept from me on Brittle. Reverie, the aspirations, and now Nora's powers. I feel like I've been living a lie. But there's no time to feel sorry for myself. On to the next aspiration. Leave the racket of Bliss' sanctuary behind, safe in the knowledge that this egregor will... Wait, something's happening. In an instant, the warmth of the egregor is yanked out of me and appears in Chaos's hands.
Surprise!
Bliss gave that to me.
But I want it, and now I have it. So, no, I think I'll keep it. Bye!
And they're gone. Impossible. They shouldn't be allowed in here, in Bliss's domain. Not without her permission. There's nothing I can do. No way to retrieve the egregor. I have to move on. Interesting. Nora's in pain and danger because of my mother. How far is Ursula willing to go to enact her revenge on Glory? How far will I have to go to stop her? In Chaos, I'm beginning to fear their whims. Will they take all my egregor? Will they allow me to keep any? I have to press on to the next aspiration, to truth. Okay. So if I... Oh, shit! Fuck! They're just... Chaos is just gonna steal it from me. I picture their sanctuary so recently hidden from us all, and am transferred to its outskirts.
I'm not so bad, you know. Once you punch through the hardened exterior to the gooey mess inside.
Leave me alone.
I'm not trying to torment you, dearie. But you must realize Ursula gets results. Consider going with the flow.
Fuck off.
The truth hurts, as I'm sure you're about to find out. Tatty bye! For now.
When my vision of the clown disappears, truth stands before
I have
me.
been expecting you. Come.
They sound less than enthused. The interior of their domain is no less frosty. In fact, it almost feels colder in here than
Your
outside.
mother has commenced her plan.
Yes. I know.
And you oppose this way forward?
Of course I do. It's awful. Especially since there's another way.
They don't respond. Instead, their milk-white eyes bore into my own, searching for something. After a moment, they stop, sounding like relief passes over their face.
The situation in Brittle grows complex. Your friend Jade cares for the ailing Nora. They talk together of prescience and secrets. She kept her nature from even you.
Yes. She did.
The foolishness of lies. Of course, I am somewhat biased. The question now is Jade's role in all this. She must decide between her duty and her heart. The protests need a leader, a figurehead, someone to lay bare the sins of the corporation. But Nora requires care and companionship. I know what you seek, egregor. But you must make a choice.
Another one?
Indeed. I could use my supply to spread Jade's revelations about the company's crimes even further. to accelerate the unrest, weaken the oppressor. But such an act would require Jade's assistance.
And Nora
would be alone once more. Make your choice. Keep the egregor for yourself and the protest falter. But Nora will be cared for. Allow me to use my powers, and the source of all Atina's woes shall be brought low, so low that they might never recover.
Nora's a sensitive as fuck friend, which makes dealing with her annoying, but...
What is your decision?
Her ass is just gonna have to be fucking sad and get over it, bitch. A chance to weaken NK, perhaps weaken their hold over Glory. We can't miss this opportunity. I'm sorry,
do
Nora.
it. Spread the truth.
Very well.
The figure before me raises their hand and snaps their fingers just
It
once.
is done.
What's happening in Brittle? Please, I need to know.
Their wet eyes flicker for a
Your
moment.
family is united. Laszlo, Omar, and now Jade. They lead the resistance.
And my mother?
Laszlo spoke with her. She knows of the pain her plan will cause, even to Nora.
There's a briefest of pauses, almost non-existent, and yet something that tiny can mean
But
the world.
she persists.
She has her own mind. And I won't be the one changing it.
I do hope she accepts that other people have motives and goals as well. For example, Laszlo. He has taken Nora home, but he will be needed on the front soon. The protests are mighty. A wave of rage that threatens to drown all corporate resistance.
Drew's eyes flicker once
Thank
more.
you. I have to go.
Give my regards to Power.
As I leave, I see a shadow of satisfaction on their face. They approve of my choice. Shit, if only I could go back. Not that I feel good about it, and neither apparently does Chaos.
I spoke my mind several times about how wrong you were. I had a plan. We had a plan. Your mother and I, we'd be ready to breach Glory's pyramid by now. You chose your own path.
I don't even bother to respond. Next stop, Power. Nora's gonna be left alone and she's gonna do something drastic. I know she is. I just know she is. I arrive at Power's domain. It's no more welcoming than before. The door to his sanctuary is open. Inside I see the giant aspiration on his throne and Gregor already in hand. He's wearing a frown, with steepled brows and a downturned mouth. Is this anger directed at me? He doesn't look any happier up
Your
close.
mother, she was always stubborn. But this, she has reached out to the prescience. Her plan nears its climax. And Chaos, I expected better from my kin. I am sorry. Harmony, welcome.
He smiles. His frustration was not at me. This is just an aspiration reckoning with his worst enemy. Powerlessness.
Here, take my egregor. Breach Glory's domain.
No! Wait!
Whatever for.
It's not safe. It's chaos.
What has that child gotten themselves into now?
Each time I'm given egregor, they appear and steal it.
Impossible. We cannot manifest in each other's realms unless...
Unless granted entry. I know. But they've done it.
Well, let's take a look here. Power gets mad. Power retracts his massive hand in an instant. The egregor
The trick to dealing
disappears.
with chaos is quite simple. Time. They have the attention span of
Well, of someone with a very short attention span.
Yes, I'm familiar with the ADHD. I am aware. I am aware of his rampant, unchecked, unmedicated, undiagnosed ADHD, honey. I'm aware.
Left to their own devices long enough, they become distracted by the next idea to enter their frazzled mind.
We don't have time. People are dying. Athena is crumbling.
Yes.
Mind your business, Red.
Most unfortunate. Wait. What's this now? Well, well, well.
What? What's happened?
It seems your empathetic ways have borne fruit.
Please! No more talking in riddles. Just...
A contingent of monoconcern security has broken off from the front lines.
Yes!
They defected.
We're getting somewhere.
Yana.
Yes. They lead them in their rebellion. Fascinating.
We're working
I shall
on it.
aid them. Buoy their spirits. Nothing worse than a soldier with no morale.
And Nora? Jade?
Even with the turncoats, the protests are increasing in intensity. The violence is escalating.
Shit. There's something in his eyes. For a second, just a second, I could swear he was afraid.
Broken noses, shattered teeth, burned skin.
Fuck.
Laszlo rushing to the vanguard, replacing Jade, who has fled to Nora's side. It's really quite touching.
I have to... I've got to...
Go. Get to glory. Reverie and Brittle depend on it.
How the fuck am I gonna get... Okay, okay. Just breathe. Just breathe, honey. Just breathe. Bond? I have a soft spot for Bond in truth. I really do. Speaking with power is always overwhelming. I emerge from the sanctuary with my ears ringing, onward to my final stop. I have a soft spot for truth the most, but Bond is like second. Bond? Bond's there when I reopen my eyes. He looks awful.
Harmony, sit. There is a tale that needs telling.
What's going on? Something...
Please.
Stuffed snugly between the roots of Bond's trees. Truth still unsettles me. Why? I like truth. He moves to sit before me, his normal serenity marred by a grimace.
Laszlo, he is injured.
No.
Be still. He lives. But the strands that tie him to this existence pull ever more taut and strained.
What? What happened?
The details are unclear, but they are painful. A fall, blood, allied feet trampling the... Oh, Harmony.
I need to go. He'll need me. I need to help him.
You can do nothing for him. Not in that place.
Jade has taken up the fight. There's no time left.
Many lives now depend on your actions, on what you do here in Reverie.
How? What can I do?
Follow Chaos's design.
Could my mother's plan have been the right one all along? It's too late for that. We gotta commit. It's all come down to this. imagine myself at Glory's pyramid, and I'm there. There's a force here, an invisible wall between me and the entrance to Glory's domain. This is the power concern wields over an aspiration. But as I push against the wall, I feel a slip, a crack in the armor. Flashes of her face, Yana. The rebellion against MK, it worked. With all my might, I push and push against the hardened nothingness until I feel it begin to warp and crack. Final effort, and the barrier disintegrates entirely. I stand at the foot of the pyramid. Little Consort's hold on Reverie is weakened, but not broken. Okay, whatever lies inside that pyramid, whatever challenges I have to overcome, I'm ready. I'm ready. Stale booze, sweat, vomit. The inside of Glory's pyramid smells like the tail end of the world's wildest night out.
Glory?
Here it is, Red. The disco ball in the center is the size of a small room, but there's nothing festive about the rest. Glass, or something resembling glass, is sprinkled across the floor. It crunches underfoot as I move inside. Strobe lights pierce my retinas, leaving after images buzzing with the low hum of an oncoming headache. And there, splayed across the gigantic leather couch. She's not moving. Is she unconscious? Before I can move toward her, my attention is caught by a gasping, gurgling sound from the other side of the room. There's a gash in the far wall, and from it flows a cascade of egregor, modified egregor, MK egregor. I use the crystals I have left to stem the tide. It takes a bit of work, but the flow eventually stops and the gurgling ceases. But it's a temporary fix. This is the source of MK's influence over Reverie, over its heart, and over Glory. It's only a matter of time until the tide rolls back in. I hear someone stirring behind me. Glory is awake. I don't have any bone crystals. Glory's in a bad way. Even as she pulls herself from her stupor, she's glorious.
Ooh. You must be the new oracle I keep hearing about.
There she is!
Well, hello.
Hello.
She rises to her full height, and I'm momentarily lost for words. Light bends around her, as if intimidated by her presence. I can empathize.
You've met me at a very strange time in my existence.
Oh shit! Glory looking over her fucking glasses at me. He got me nervous. I'm scared. Red!
Are you alright? What happened? All this egregor?
Things may have gotten a little out of hand. Would you like the full screenplay or just the highlights?
Reverie. Brittle. Everything's falling apart. We need to...
Highlights it is. Oh, I need a drink.
She glances over at the gash in the wall where MK modified egregor used to flow.
So it's going to be like that.
What did they do to you?
She attempts a laugh, but it collapses into a hacking cough. She staggers, almost falling, and I rush to help.
I'm fine. Headache like you wouldn't believe.
She smells like champagne and
all this, the egregor. It was a deal, a collab, with someone on your side, Brittle. They give me enough of it to keep Reverie going. I give them a peek into the future, mix things up a bit.
The last piece of the puzzle comes screaming into view. MK's medical experience, their hoarding of egregor, all of it to win the favor of a single aspiration. Money don't smell great. The most vulnerable of the promise of success.
Bastards did something to it. Changed it. They played me. They played me.
Oh shit.
And now, without it, I can't...
She She breaks into another cough and collapses to one knee.
Stupid. Stupid. Stupid.
She's dying, Mary. I desperately want to know the state of things in Brittle. Nora, Jade, Laszlo, but Glory can barely stand. She needs time. Glory, hold on. Just hold on a second. We're working on it, okay? Just give me let me figure some hippity dippity shit out. Bond, what are you doing on, like, Chaos's side? Like, I'm so confused. I believed in you. I was rooting for you. Me and you was homies. Someone told me that an aspiration cannot enter another sanctuary uninvited. And yet, something in the air had changed. Familiar presences, but it's not me they're haunting. Like a gust of wind, bringing smells and perfumes from a nearby marketplace. Cooking food, strong spices, roasting meat, rotting fish. Sorry, not flesh. Fish! Woo! All of it bursts into the room all at once. The fuck? We're both startled by these new scents.
I get it!
Glory seems to be inhabited by voices I can't hear. I'm out of my depth, but I need to do something.
Enough! Quiet! Let her speak!
The smells are gone as abruptly as it came, leaving silence in their wake.
Thank you. Seems like my siblings have a lot to complain about.
Everybody was worried. Or, you know, unsettled.
I will leave the heart. It's the only way to show. To prove my fucking goodwill.
Good. That will appease them.
Then something changes. Something breaks. Something stops beating.
Is that you, Glory?
She turns around to face me. Her face is as surprised as I am. Nora! I can't hear her reply. I can't hear anything, really. Nora! Glory, what just happened? The world isn't the same as anymore. Was I wrong to trust Reverie? People still need me here in Alma, but I need to dig deep down inside to find a new strength. Nora. The heart of Reverie stops. For a couple of seconds, my senses go numb. Then a blast. A powerful wave rolls over the whole realm of me. Everything goes dark. Then I realize another heartbeat is missing from the world. Nora. Fuck! Fucking hell, I knew the second that, like, Chaos stole that shit. Oh my fucking god, I wish I could have gone back. I should have gone back. I open my eyes back in Brittle. For a second, the overflow of lights, colors, and smells is overwhelming. I have to leave my room. I stagger to the door, outside to the sun. As I walk across the lawn, I feel incomplete, broken up. Something's missing, but I don't know exactly what or why. As I get closer to the main building, I realize I can hear sobbing. I can almost feel it. I see Nora right away, bowed over the kitchen counter, surrounded by crumpled tissues, face drawn with exhaustion. So Nora's fine. She moves as soon as she sees me. She flings herself at me and holds on tighter as a rope. Then I understand. Before she even says it.
Laszlo's dead.
Fuck. Why didn't I see it coming? Could I have avoided this somehow? Like, was I a dickhead? The following days are a blur. Every morning is a chore. Every hour is a long and painful affair. Every evening is a dreadful story. Laszlo's gone. Laszlo's dead, and I can't dream anymore. Now, Reverie has disappeared. The blast, the wave, whatever it was, it ruptured the link I had with the aspirations. Suddenly, I miss them. Day after day, their existence fades away. I got a bad end, didn't I? So why bother getting out of bed? Why? Wake up. What day is it? Not that it matters, but... Get out of bed. Another today, but a different one. I drag myself out of bed and notice somebody's left something for me. A flask of modified egregor. It's on the nightstand along with a note. From an NK friend, Omar. There's a PS. This wasn't your fault. If it weren't for you, we'd all be lost. We believe in you. All of us. We know you'll find your way back. Can't remember when he dropped it off. Omar must believe this egregor is the way back to Reverie. If it exists. If I want to go back. So much for prescience. If I couldn't see Laszlo's death coming, why would I give a fuck about the aspirations? What did they do to help me? To make sure his death wouldn't happen? Nothing. Oh, we're going through all the stages of grief. Be patient, honey. Give us a second. Give us a minute. Take a shower. I needed that. Taking a shower felt like shedding my skin. Deep breaths. But as I try to gather some clean clothes to get dressed, a heavy weight falls back on my shoulders. I'll never recover from this. I can't move my body. I can't move my mind. I'm stuck in this pain. Maybe it's better this way. Nora's been camping out in the living room since it happened. She's either on her phone, scrolling endlessly, or she's watching the Trivid. Watching is a strong word. Her eyes are fixed on the images, but where is Nora? I'm not too sure. Tonight, Jade is here. She comes often, bringing food almost every day, but she doesn't say much. The Trivid is on, but no one's watching or listening. It's just there. White noise, distant waves, emptiness filling up the void. Then, some words snag our attention like fishhooks. MK has ruled that the death of an old man was an accident. According to MK, the fault lies with the protesters, who were manipulated by violent rioters and political activists. An MK spokesperson just told us that...
Those bastards!
Exactly right. Bastards. Not sure my mother would have been able to stomach this, but... Thing is, we don't know where my mother is. Again, she rarely sleeps at the Naiads. She's always out and about. Ursula's behavior always felt selfish, but this time it's something else.
You two, stay here. I'll go find Ursula.
What? Why?
I'm worried. And
we can't go on like this. But I can't say that out loud. Not
I need
now.
air. And I need... to get some groceries. We can't rely on Jade to feed us for the rest of our lives.
Even if the food she brings is divine.
Polly.
I think it's a great idea.
That settles it. So I'm walking alone in Alma, chasing my mother. It's deja vu all over again. I scan the crowd trying to find her, and that's when I see it. A mural of Laszlo, his unmistakable face painted on a wall, his personality staring out from brick and mortar. I fight back tears as I walk past, leaving it behind. A few streets down, I find my steps drag towards his bar. Candles, flowers, teddy bears, left there by strangers, invisible hands and hearts carrying a piece of our grief. I can't stand this either. I turn and then I'm running away to the beach. Here, I can't see Laszlo's ghost anywhere. I didn't know so many people cared. I didn't know how big an impact he'd had in his life and in his death. But now it's clear to see. Alma is giving back, showing support, protecting its own. And now the tears come. Finally, I'm sobbing. I spot a silhouette in the distance, tall and thin, ankle deep in the cold water.
Mother?
She turns around. It's her. Her face is closed off, her posture sad and heavy with grief. I move closer. Something about her is different. I've never seen her looking quite like this before.
The prodigal daughter returns. Or something like that.
She's drunk. That's a first.
Is there an equivalent in the Oxyon culture?
Oh, no. The Oxyons were not known to be as forgiving as that. Perhaps that's what caused them to disappear. They didn't believe in forgiveness or love or charity.
She chuckles, as if she just made a joke, or as if this whole little speech was a scene she'd scripted and rehearsed.
Let's go home.
Home? What for? If we had followed my plan, maybe home would still exist. But now, what for?
Come on.
The worst thing is, Laszlo didn't agree with me. My plan was too violent for him, too aggressive. Right up to the very end, he was always the same, protecting others before himself. And look what happened to him.
I want to shake her. I want to scream. Years of stilted conversations, misread meanings, poor communication. And now she stands there, drunk, angry, lost. Lashing out at her wouldn't be fair. It wouldn't be right.
I saw his face in town. Somebody in Alma painted a mural of him. Things are changing outside the Naiad's walls.
So what?
We need you. At home. And with what's about to come.
You don't need me. You never did.
True. But I can't say it out loud.
We need you. I need you.
You don't.
The aspirations. I can't hear them anymore.
I can see that strikes a chord. This is the angle to get her back to me.
Maybe it's what happened in Glory's pyramid, or maybe it's the anger I felt when I heard about Laszlo.
Anger? At them?
They could have warned me. They schemed and plotted, playing with our lives. His life.
No. No. The aspirations need us more than we need them. You are their oracle. You are their guide.
She steps closer to me, emerging from the
When
water.
I was their oracle, I could always find answers to my problems and the problems of those around me. You cannot sever your link with Reverie.
I won't go back.
She smiles. It's small and faint, but a smile nonetheless.
I'll go back home if you agree to reconnect with the aspirations.
Will you help me?
She looks at me in a new way.
Of course.
And then she hugs me. Outside, the city's asleep. I feel lighter than I've ever been. If a gust of wind hits me right this minute, it would whisk me far away. In bed, I stare at the ceiling in the darkness, trying to make sense of the last few days. Sleep gently scoops me up in the middle of a thought that becomes a dream. A dream that becomes a vision. A lake, somewhere below my feet. A lake of egregor, immense, steady, and welcoming. The dream fades. I want a wink and her wake up a few hours later. My exhaustion is gone. Gone entirely. As if my body was washed clean of it. But my head is full of questions and words and memories echoing inside me. Ringing through my brain over and over again. Never fading. Never lessening. I feel like I'm about to spiral out. I need to focus. What if Ursula hadn't left? What if I never left Atina? Maybe the problem was my mother. Maybe she should have just stayed here at the Naiads, away from chaos. No Jade in our lives, no Omar, no delving into ancient cultures or alternate dimensions. Just this weird, happy family. We would have been safe. Safe and united. I should have said something. I should have forced him to stay home, to wait until the storm was over. I was worried, but I thought the Our Girl was going to tell me everything. I thought the aspirations would have warned me. I thought... Stupid. Stupid little Polly. Laszlo, is that you? I can hear him. I can see him. I can see all of us waking up the day after the protest. Deja vu? Tired and concerned, but together. All of us around the Trivid. Catching up on the news. Nora making breakfast. Ursula and Laszlo quietly exchanging half-sentences full of meaning for them. Then Laszlo and I walk to the bar and we enjoy the sun. We chat about mundane stuff while we serve customers. Coffee beans, tax hikes, a new imported beer, the latest corrupt politician, the latest football match, the last customer, the last day. If I'd done things differently, Laszlo would still be here. He'd be with us. I'll never forgive myself. Long nights, little sleep, painful sunrises. When is this going to end? I've lost my purpose. I've lost my sight. Kitchen, a mess. Fridge, empty. General mood at the Naiads. Exhausted and hungry. Nora and I are going through our box of old video cassette tapes. We spent the better part of the day finding the right cable so we can watch them. Best day we've had in a long, long time. The movies are mostly ridiculous. Comedies, action adventure, cheap knockoffs, badly dubbed junk. We love it. The bell rings. Someone's at the gate. Nora doesn't move. So many people have come. They all say the same things. A lot of them are angry too. I think they've started to see Laszlo as a symbol. They don't get why we can't join them in that. The person rings again. Reluctantly, I get up. I peep through the window. It's Yana. Across the lawn to welcome Yana at the gate. As I get closer, I notice they're standing awkwardly, shoulders bunched, arms straight at their side.
Hey, I'd like to offer my condolences for Laszlo.
You already sent me a message.
Yeah, but I kept thinking about it. Just sending a message didn't seem like the right way to express my feelings.
Thank you.
They lift their arms slightly and I step forward into the offered hug. For a few precious seconds, we folded into each other's embrace. It felt good. It felt genuine. It felt warm. I start to walk across the lawn. It's a peaceful moment, and I
came for another reason. I found a box of old pictures. Memories from high school. Stuff like that. I'd like you to have them.
They hand me a photo album. I break into a smile. I asked Yana if they wanted to come in, but they refused. Good. Because I don't think I would have been able to be around someone else for too long. I head back to my room and check out the pictures Yana gave me and the memories they hold. I lie down on the bed. That was such a short interaction, but I'm exhausted by it. The album is short and sweet. Pictures of Yana and me, other students, friends, a couple of teachers. That life feels so far away. What's left of it now? I couldn't really say. The pictures trigger memories, reminds me of songs we used to listen to on repeat. I reach for my phone to fire off a couple of text messages to Yana. They reply right away, and after a few messages...
So, what do you think of my little present?
I love it. It's so weird how he
grew up?
Exactly.
We laugh. I have to admit, it's the first time I've laughed in so long that it hurts a little.
Do you remember the crocodile song?
Crocodile song?
Then the memory hits me like a ton of bricks. The crocodile song. Just a silly tune, but it was everywhere when we were finishing high school.
Oh, we used to sing it all the time.
Even during our final exams.
And you got in trouble for it.
Because of you.
We chat about the past for another hour. Memories, private jokes, stupid stuff. We talk about our 10 years apart. We say things that should have been said a long time ago. When Yana decides to go to bed, I feel tired. Physically tired. Like after a good run. After a bit of, no, you first, we hang up. I can't thank Yana enough for today. I lie in bed. The ceiling's watching me watching it. But for once, this time, sleep comes swiftly to scoop me up. Where is everyone? I wake myself up today, with no need for an alarm. Impressive after all these sleepless nights. It's late in the afternoon, like really late. Nobody's around. Ursula's gone. The Trivid is off. Nora's gone too. Where is she? I make my way slowly through the big, echoing building. Once, the Naiads was filled with people. Artists, poets, creators of all sorts. A living, breathing art gallery. As I walk mindlessly around the building, I realize I've never seen it so empty and quiet. My heart quickens. For a second, I wonder if... No, I know I'm not dreaming. A panic attack. I haven't had one in years. I feel so out of control in my own life. There's a prickly feeling of sweat across my hairline. I can feel my heart beating faster. I open my eyes. I'm standing in front of Laszlo's door. His room hasn't been used or opened in days. Inside is his entire life. All that's left. To someone outside of this family, all these items are meaningless. To me, to us, they're memories. His gardening tools remind me that someone's going to have to take care of the plants. And I know neither Ursula nor Nora will know how to. Nothing will ever be the same again. I touch my chest. I feel like I can't breathe. I sob uncontrollably. Calm down. I need to calm down. Night is falling. Someone will be home soon. Someone has to be home soon. My mind's racing in circles, desperate to find something to do. Anything. Why am I even doing this? This isn't comforting. Laszlo's face is in every picture, everywhere I look. Our memories, our lives, our past, all linked and interconnected and unfolding in parallel until his own past stops. This isn't comforting, it's torture. I say that every day. I can't feel better knowing that he won't be there to see it. Never again. What's the point? What's the point? Panic is overwhelming my mind. A tsunami of pain has swamped me. I'm drowning under the weight of it. How is it possible? How can I just move on with my life? Of course it is. It has to be my fault. Laszlo needed me. Ursula needed me. Nora needed me. And I wasn't there. I think I'm going to have a breakdown. Oh dear. Keep the tears inside. Keep them in. Lock it down. What's happening to me? Can't breathe. Can't think. Can't... Picture Laszlo, his last minute or so. He's walking. He's in the middle of the protest, surrounded by people who welcomed him. He sees the MK security forces charging. He sees them, and his reaction is to protect the people to either side of him. He throws his arms wide to shield them. Then, a blast, smoke, blood, his skull crushed in a way that feels simply unbelievable. I can't escape that minute, and no one is home to help me shake free of it. I've got to get out of here. The egregor flask on my table catches my eye. What if that was the key? What would I do if I could travel back to Reverie? What would I tell the aspirations? I grab the flask and gulp it down. I drink every last drop. Close my eyes. My throat burns and my stomach churns. The other types of egregor I've come into contact with from the aspirations themselves felt natural. But this stuff is different. I gag. This stuff tastes like poison. I feel heavier, full of something I can't recognize. As I sink into the darkness, a smell, a color, a feeling on my skin. The lake from my dream, still and pure. Are you waiting for me? Are you waiting for me? Are you a premonition or a reality? I blink and... heart is gone. Reverie, or what's left of it. There, I see someone. It's Glory. She looks devastated.
Glory?
No answer. A silhouette is hard to focus on, like a mirage in the
Glory?
desert.
What's going on? What happened?
She's gone. Or rather, she was never there. The world around me breaks down. I'm back in the void. The feeling on my skin is gone. So are the color and the smell. Instead, a powerful vision strikes me. Before me is a pool, a lake of egregor, all the power I've ever collected. And there's something down there, in the blue. The world isn't the same anymore. Was I wrong to trust Reverie? People still need me here in Alma, but I need to dig deep down inside to find a new strength. What the fuck just happened? I think maybe I messed up. My clothes and hair are soaked with sweat. My ears ring, my vision's blurry, and my mouth's dry. There's a warbling, earring droning inside my head that won't stop. As if by instinct, my fingers curl tightly around my necklace and reality dissolves around me. That vision. Everything collapses as my consciousness opens to a new world. I squeeze my eyes shut as gusts of unearthly wind whip past me. I feel like shit, like I drank too much. Did the egregor do this to me? The horrible vision. What was that all about? What happened to the aspirations and the red sky? I think that might actually be what happened before. Right? I can't tell if that's the past or if that's a future I'm seeing. There's a brief sensation of falling from a great height, then a sharp hypnic jerk as I land hard on my feet, gasping for breath. All around me are familiar faces, assembled around the missing heart. The sky above is crimson. Chaos is nearest to me, and our eyes are the first to lock. I want to ask him about the vision, but I'll scream if I have to open my mouth right now. They smile, the usual smile. Horny, cocky, gorged with energy. The vision must be a dream. I need to focus on what's in front of me. Focus on the immediate.
Chaos! You're okay? What happened to the heart?
From this close, I can see the subtle creases in their ageless, painted face. Is that worry? It looks almost out of place.
Disappeared when Glory stepped down.
That dream?
Yes, we did rather feel that. And it wasn't just a dream. It was a warning of what will come to pass if a heart isn't chosen. And soon. The clock is ticking, Harmony.
Wait. What frivolous ideas will you try to plant in her mind next?
Oh, is that what we're going to do today? Fight?
Truth glides forward, their icy stare sweeping over us all.
Now is not the time for petty squabbling between us. Now is the time for action.
I believe the action could stand to wait for our oracle to catch her breath.
I need to put some serious consideration into which aspirations I should listen to. They're all eager to advise me. I can't afford to withdraw into myself and lose track of what's happening in Reverie or Brittle. Most of the aspirations agree.
We get that you have a lot on your plate. But if you keep the momentum going, it'll strengthen our will. Make sense?
I see what you mean. Just keep doing things, making decisions.
Only by your efforts can the world be changed, and a new heart chosen. I recommend that you focus on what remains of your family. Face your grief together.
Yeah. Help each other through it.
But do not neglect the community around you. There is an energy in Brittle now, one that could unite people in action.
This is merely the calm in the eye of a great storm.
No pressure or anything.
It's a whole lot to think about, but I promise them I'll consider their words. Oh, Jesus. All right. Back in Brittle, I fumbled around in my dresser drawer for a painkiller. My body feels rusty, my left leg's numb. I must have slept on it funny. And I stink. Grab a towel and head to the shower. I just need a few minutes to myself before I get back to thinking about everything else. I try to calm my racing mind and focus on the hot water running down my skin. I'm breathing in the steam. For a little while, everything feels better. My phone dings. Anxiety wells up in my chest and I hastily rinse my hair and reach for my towel. Once my hands are dry, I grab my phone. It's a text from Yana. How are you doing? I hope today is a decent one on your end. All I can think of to reply is thanks, I appreciate it. What else can I say? I don't want to try to put any of what I'm feeling into words right now. I can't. But I do appreciate them reaching out. I know I need to focus, but even once I've showered and dressed, I still don't feel awake. There's a numbness and aimlessness to everything. For a few minutes, all I can do is stare out the window. The naiads look the same as any other day, until I notice a growing pile of photos, candles, and flowers at the gate. So many people knew Laszlo. So many of us loved him. I'll have to talk to Ursula and Nora about this at some point. There's a lot piling up, emotionally and otherwise, and nothing much to do in the coming days. I can't stay in my room all day. As I head out, I pass the guest room Omar uses when he comes to see Ursula and stays late. He's not there. There's so many questions about the future. So many different paths, all going in different directions. But it's so much more disorienting than before. My powers still aren't what they were. Drinking that egregore definitely didn't solve all my problems. I thought I'd find them here. Nora and Ursula are waiting for me in silence, keeping their distance from one another. Both have things to say, questions to ask, demands to make, wants, needs. All things I have to consider. Nora needs some time away from the Naiads. It's been days since she left her room to go anywhere other than the kitchen. Today she seems to have regained some of her usual spark.
Hey.
Hey.
Weather's nice today.
Is it?
Yeah.
Great.
So, you wouldn't want to go to the skate park with me, would you?
I'd like to spend time with her, really, but it sounds exhausting. I'm still so sore and fatigued. This is the type of thing Glory told me to think twice about, to preserve myself. Still, family bonding time is something we both need more than ever right now. I agreed to go with her, and we head out right away. Nora does her best not to look at the trinkets people have left for
Hate
Laszlo.
them?
She clears her throat and pulls her scarf tighter around her face as we step out into
I'm glad people are thinking of him and love him, but he was my granddad. I've heard what they're saying on the Trivid and online. Some people are trying to make him into a symbol of MK's oppression, but like, that's my granddad they're talking about. And he's dead. I'd never wish this pain on anyone. But I wish people would think about how using his name and face for the movement makes us feel. But what good is it to call for a revolution and then refuse to get involved?
We're here. Jade's here. The stakes are a lot lower than last time we saw each other. She waves and walks over, a board tucked beneath her
Hey, you
arm.
two. How you holding up?
you know, like shit.
Same.
Yep. That's normal. Healthy, even.
I'm so glad we met her. That Nora has her support. Jade heads to the half-pipe while Nora gives me a quick refresher on how to keep my balance on rollerblades without cracking my head open. It's been such a long time since I went skating, I scoot around the areas that are more my speed and watch them go. After a while, Nora glides past me on her board and drags one foot to a controlled stop.
Hi. Would you hate me if I said I needed a change of scene and might sleep over at Jade's tonight?
Part of me wants to keep her close by, but I bite my tongue. I think she really needs
I love
this.
you, and I think you should go.
Okay, how about this? That's kind of the reason I wanted you to come, so I could ask you that. To skate too, but, yeah.
Still love you.
I'm feeling a little steadier on my feet, so I skate after her as she zooms away. Jade is taking a breather and checking her phone, but gives us 2 thumbs up from her bench nearby. Okay. I nod toward the park equipment. Nora grabs her board and heads over. A moment later, she's sailing. I've forgotten how good she is at this. I fumble with my shoes. My old rollerblades still fit, but the straps were always the tricky
We can
part.
go back for the training wheels if you want.
I roll my eyes. She grins and scoots off again. Once I'm finally on my wheels, it doesn't take me long to get the hang of things again. One foot in front of the other. Don't push. Slow, smooth motions. Use your arms for balance.
Still. Got it.
Then we're together. Nora on her skateboard and me on my rollerblades and shaky legs. We glide hand in hand. We soar, we laugh, we forget our troubles for one blissful moment. What else can we do? Okay. Over the last couple of days, Ursula's really been looking her age. The papery skin on her arms, the wrinkles around her eyes, the white hair. She looks so human, vulnerable. She must hate it. Have I changed?
I'll be going
you?
to the bar soon to do some cleaning and tie up loose ends. Shutting off the electricity, water and such. I need help, if you're able.
I tell her I'll let her know, and she nods, brisk and businesslike. It's not long before my phone dings again. It's Yana, offering to come by to get wasted and eat ice cream together. Could that be just what I need? Not getting wasted, but spending time with a friend. For once, let someone cheer me up, huh? Ursula's been behaving erratically lately. Maybe having some company would help. Besides, after losing one parent, spending time with the other suddenly feels precious. And the manual labor might distract me from the pain. Text Yana back. Sorry, I'm not at home right now. Thanks for your offer, though. Maybe another time? Promptly an answer chime. Sure, ping me when you're free. Take care, okay? Outside, we have to walk past the memorials people have left for Laszlo. My heart feels impossibly heavy. I can't believe we'll never see him again. Curious to know what she thinks of the memorial she's eyeing.
How do you feel about these?
I don't know. They're stars in the night, and knives in my heart.
They're bombing me out too.
This is another of those rare moments where I can tell exactly how I feel. But we've paid a terrible price to get here.
It's complicated. I thought Laszlo's fighting days were long over, but he stepped up in his own way. Now people are claiming him as a symbol, but he was only a man. Not just my man, but a complete individual on his own. It's strange to see what people are taking from him in his absence.
Her lips twist. Absence isn't the right word. It sounds too temporary, but the truth hurts. He's never coming back.
I suppose it's a good thing he's inspiring so many emotions. I've decided I must come to terms with that. In art and in death, intent means nothing. It's your impact that counts.
She falls silent. Before long, we've arrived at the bar. Sunlight spreads warmly over us as we get to work, washing the floor, moving the tables and chairs around, wiping down the sticky surfaces of the bar. After a couple of hours, one of Laszlo's regulars shows up, hollering, "Laszlo, chum, give me a beer, would you?" Ursula emerges from behind the counter as I approach the man and tell him we're closed. He looks from me to Ursula. "You're back, eh? He's been worried sick about you. We tried to keep him busy, but he couldn't stop thinking about you."
Isn't here.
The man can't believe it when we explain that Laszlo's gone. He tells us how he used to come here every day for drinks until he started to slow down. He left to chat with Laszlo and listen to snippets of what was happening on the island. Then we get an idea. Should we serve him one last beer? We haven't touched them. Ursula just wanted to clean and take care of the place. Seeing us behind the bar makes it feel like Laszlo's still here. The old regular tells us. Other patrons start to drift in, and before long the bar comes alive again. Ursula listens in silence as everyone talks about Laszlo. The bar is full of people and their memories. Laszlo in this place meant a lot to the people of Alma. Everyone has something to share, memories of old times, how lost and sad they feel, how infuriating Laszlo's death is. I'm horrible at mourning. I mean, there's no like right or wrong way to do it per se. Everyone mourns differently. Everyone kind of does their own thing, you know. So many overlapping emotions, so many stories tangled together with Laszlo as a central knot. I wish I could hear his voice again, go for one more walk together, tell him how much I love him. For a moment, we're a single living being, united in love. It's almost like Laszlo's still with us. Like any moment now, he'll amble by as if nothing had happened. Even Ursula, who I can see is overwhelmed despite her cold composure, finds her footing again. Apart from standing there silently, I can't do much other than nod and smile. This is cathartic but intense. My eyes sting with unshed tears. It feels good to share these memories and feel less alone. Eventually, we close up the bar and the patrons drift away into the night. My head's still buzzing with snippets of conversation. I'm exhausted. At least his bar got a proper farewell. And after this last service, we'll cut the lights, the water, the utilities. Chances are we'll have to sell the place to pay for Nora's studies, the Naiad's rent, or something else. I don't want to think about that now. I can't. I take a deep breath and try to focus on the outpouring of fond memories this evening. Even in the midst of tragedy, there's still love. Yeah. You still haven't done anything that's for yourself alone. We can't avoid the topic any longer. We have to talk about the memorials, how people are processing Laszlo's death all around us. I gather Ursula and Nora together. They look as haggard as I feel. Nora's clothes are wrinkled and stained, Ursula's hair lank.
All that stuff at the gate. All those offerings. Man, I hate them.
It is a little unsettling, but people need to grieve. Not just for a man, but for everything they've lost.
Laszlo, as the face of political dissent in Alma. I'm not sure how I feel about that. It's a lot to handle. It's strange what family does to your perception of a person. Their role in the family becomes their identity. Laszlo was a granddad, a stepdad, head of the family unit, co-head at least. But that wasn't the whole of it. Laszlo was a friend, a barkeep, a confidant, a drinking partner, and a storyteller. He didn't belong to us alone. Right now, his identity outside of our family bonds is more important, isn't it? I think both can be important at the same time. Laszlo was just a man, and now people are using him as a concept, not a person, a
I
catalyst.
hate seeing him reduced to this. A face and an idea. He was so much more than that. And now, he's just a meme.
His loss still hurts so much. They could pick anyone else. There are so many things to use as a symbol. That wasn't how Laszlo wanted to die. I don't know if it's how he would want to be remembered. I should ask the others what they think. Remind Ursula of how odd it feels to see Laszlo living in other people's perceptions of him, of the energy at the bar for the last service
Yes.
ever.
I'm glad to have witnessed it. I've been thinking of art and death more than ever. Death of the author, if you will. Just as you interpreted my work in my absence. Now Laszlo's work is interpreted in his.
Like IRL? I wonder how people feel about stuff like that, like IRL. Oh. Want to get people to get over it's my toxic trait, and I'm sorry. I wonder how people feel about stuff like that. Like IRL. About like death and stuff? I don't know. Everyone's kind of different.
We may yearn to make corrections, to add content or nuance, to set the record straight, but things are not as simple as that. When death becomes a matter of public scrutiny, you don't get to choose how people will react. I've chosen to accept that.
About their loved ones being memes? Oh. Well, it depends on the meme. Sometimes you get to, like, see, there's a YouTube channel out there that's like, I was a meme, and, like, they interview people sometimes years later after the fact that they're, like, you know, since they became a meme, and they give their thoughts about it and stuff and yada yada.
One can cede control gracefully, or have it taken by force.
I didn't really want to lose my power crystal, though. I turned to Nora. She runs her hands through her hair and takes a moment to collect her thoughts.
I love that people remember him and love him. And I'm angry too. I hate MK. But putting Grandpa's face on that feeling, I can't do it. At least not now. I feel ashamed for not demanding justice or rioting or anything, but I just want to be sad and hope the rage and the outcry will still be there when I'm ready.
No, it won't. It doesn't always work like that. People have the attention span of a squirrel.
He didn't want his death to be a public spectacle. We didn't talk about it much, but he knew he was getting older. He knew he'd be gone one day, that I'd be without him. I never imagined it would be like this. I don't know about you guys, but I need more room to grieve. I miss him so much.
God damn Damn it. I wish I had more patience for Nora in this game, but I don't. I feel numb.
Don't really know what to do.
I don't think there is any right way to feel about this.
It's not like anything like this has happened to us before.
Thank you, though, for being honest.
Nora smiles sadly as Ursula touches her arm. Everyone said their part. The only remaining question for us to answer is, what are we going to do about the way Laszlo's face is being used politically? Stay out of the movement. Support the social uprising. I wanted to kind of be a part of the movement, though. We'll stay away from the political aspect of it all. We can't stop it, but we won't participate in it.
I can't see his face co-opted like this. It's just way too soon.
I think you're right. I mean, look at us.
I'm looking. It's true. We're all in a
How
state.
are we supposed to live up to the ideals everyone's placed on him? On us?
Quite. I'll remove the memorial tonight. After dark, of course.
We get why people need time, why they need to express their feelings, and Laszlo's wake will be open to all. But we won't endorse anything more. This is a deeply personal loss, and we need time together, at least for now. Laszlo's death wasn't a sacrifice made. His life was taken. We don't want the truth of his death diminished. It's nice out tonight, warm but not overbearing. Not a cloud in the sky. My heart's still in pieces, but my head is clearer. The voices are speaking more slowly now. As the gardens come into view, I feel another cramp scrunch itself around my abdomen. Perfect timing. I see the crowd has gathered for the wake. Familiar faces, strangers, people from every echelon of Alma society. I answer the sympathetic looks thrown my way with a smile. My thoughts return to Reverie. Even cast in red, it's a familiar place for me now, for better or for worse. Truth has been restored, chaos found, and glory rescued. But there's more to do, and I still can't see the outcomes of our story.
In this moment, the present is your chief concern. It will be painful, but it always is. When many grieve as one, it may hurt less.
I head to the table where Nora and Ursula are sitting, proffering smiles and nods.
I've never seen the Naiads this crowded.
Me neither.
Laszlo was loved by all of us.
She smiles, her eyes glassy. After moments of silence, Ursula and Nora drift off to mingle with the mourners. I stay put. I need a moment to gather myself. In my pocket, I feel my phone buzz. I glance down at the screen. It's a text from Yana. Let me know if you need anything. Yana, with all of MK's eyes on them. I hope they're all right. I can't keep to myself forever. Make my way through the mourners, nodding and smiling until I reach Nora and Jade. Ursula's there too. My mother and Jade aren't the best of friends, but at least there's no open hostility between them. I'm glad. Nora needs stability right now.
Hi.
Hi.
So many people.
He was loved.
Yeah. Yeah, he was.
It hurts to speak about Laszlo and past
Polly,
tense.
I have something to ask you. But not now. After the ceremony, if that's all right.
Sure. We'll talk after.
I spy Omar over Jade's shoulder, consoling one of Laszlo's friends from the bar. He notices me, extracts himself with the final kind word, and wanders over.
These things are always horrible. Sorry, I don't mean to bring down the mood.
It's fine. It really can't get much lower. Are you okay?
It's just brings back a lot of memories. You know, not my first rodeo.
Yeah. Meet Nora, Ursula, Jade, Omar. Opens up about grief. over to Jade. The truth is, she looks a little lost.
I feel like an imposter here, you know? I liked Laszlo. His type is rare these days. Genuine. Kind. But I hardly knew him. Maybe I should go.
He'd want you to be here.
You think?
Yes, I do. If not for him, then for Nora.
I want to do something. To help. But...
There's nothing else you can do. But, Jade, just you being here is enough.
Jade sees someone she knows. She touches Nora on the shoulder and moves off. I head over and instinctively pull her into my arms. The tears come naturally. I feel Nora's shoulders shake as she buries her head in my shoulder. It feels good, natural. Neither of us attempt to stem the tide. When we part, she's smiling weakly. She wipes her nose and eyes on the end of her sleeve.
Come on, let's find somewhere quiet. Get you a drink.
I look out over the wake. The hushed tones of whispered memories and heartfelt condolences seem completely at odds with the man they're talking about. I can imagine Laszlo striding through the crowd, grumbling loudly about how no one's having enough fun. I smile despite everything. When I turn back, Jade and Nora are holding each other like their lives depend on it. Jade whispers something to Nora and kisses her forehead. They separate and kiss for real. I smile again and imagine Laszlo smiling too. Tune out for a moment, letting my mind drift to other things. Atina, Laszlo, Omar. I need to be certain that my choices are correct. So much has changed since my return here. Reverie, the aspirations. My idea of the world has shifted. The crystalline chime of cutlery on glass brings me back to my senses. Ursula stands at the head of the hushed crowd. She looks grave but composed. Speech time.
Thank you all for coming here today. I can't speak for my family. But I know the sight of you gathered here has done me a world of good. So, Laszlo was...
She pauses, her eyes darkening for a moment.
Laszlo was my partner. Laszlo was a parent. Laszlo was the cornerstone of a community. Our community. And he is gone.
The speech continues. She describes how they met and built a life together, both with young children in tow. But I'm not listening. I can't listen. Hearing the past tense used with his name is too much to bear. My mind swirls again, thoughts and memories coming like a torrent as my knees buckle and I reach instinctively for the corner of a table. No tears, no gulping sighs, sobs, just pain. I don't know why I can't read. Jesus fucking Christ. Grief is unpredictable. I feel numb sometimes, and other times incredibly raw. Some days are much better than others, but the lows are the lowest I've ever felt. Nothing will ever be as it was again. It hurts to think about. I feel as if I'm breathing through a straw. Ursula's still speaking. A ripple of laughter echoes through the crowd. Sniffles, the occasional repressed sob. The answers I need aren't here. They aren't in Brittle. It's time to return to Reverie, to confront the aspirations. They owe me, and they'll help me. Or they can find someone else to solve their problems. What? What is this part about? I close my eyes and the red sky of Reverie appears before me. Only recently I saw nothing but beauty in this landscape. I now feel injustice. I've done so much for this realm and its inhabitants. I've given so much of myself. I can't go on like this. Our arrangement has to change. I know they can hear my thoughts. I know they can feel my distress. The only question is, who will respond? A warm feeling of contentment washes over me. Bond.
These are strange times. Even those of us who have lived for generations haven't seen their like. It makes one wonder what the point of being an emotional gestalt even is.
You feel different.
Yes. Yes, I have changed these past few weeks. The state of reverie. The business with glory and chaos. I have not been my usual self. And for that, I apologize.
It's fine, but I need your help now. All of you.
I cannot speak for the others. But you have my allegiance. I will walk with you through these dire times.
Okay, I really don't understand what the purpose of that was. I open my eyes. Instead of brittle or even reverie, I see nothing but the void. Like I've awoken underwater. Strangely, I'm not scared. It's almost calming being here, between the realms. Now there are footsteps and voices muffled, like they're coming from above the surface. I can feel the effects of my conversation and reverie rippling outwards. What consequences will it have had? Meow. I close my eyes again and the sound's clear. I'm back in the garden. The crowd is applauding the end of Ursula's speech. Not just applauding, cheering. Which is odd, considering the context. Someone grabs my shoulder. Omar.
Didn't you hear?
No, I was away.
You in? Never mind. Listen, Ursula just told everyone. Alma, the whole community. They've launched a class action lawsuit against MK.
What?
Yeah. It was her idea. It might even help the Prescience. Her way of apologizing, I guess.
He beams at me, claps me on the shoulder, and moves off. This is a big deal. MK controls the police, the security apparatus of Atina, but they've never managed to stack the courts. This might actually move the needle a little. Is this happening because of what I said? What I said in Reverie? Truth is there.
The situation pivots once more.
I certainly didn't expect this. Not at all. It's not like my mother to be so community-minded.
Death is the ultimate clarifier. Your mother has changed. The question now is, will you change along with her?
The crowd shifts from cheering to chatting as many people start discussing things at once. I should make the most of this high-energy moment. head over towards Jade. She's used to fighting this fight. Maybe she has some inspiring words or encouragement. And surprisingly, she's still with Nora. The two of them has been stuck to each other all
What do you
night.
make of all that, then?
Not sure. Still processing.
But it's good, right? It's definitely good.
It's another step. We all need to rest before we even think about actually taking it. Think of everything we've done in, what, a week? It's crazy. I want to see how the trial goes. I'm used to facing MK in the trenches, you know? Civil disobedience, all that jazz. I wonder what can be done in the courtroom. Alma's the type of community that bands together in a crisis. We can help each other more if we rest.
Rest? After seeing Ursula actually give a shit again, I feel like I've just drunk 10 espressos.
That's how I felt at first. When I met you all, I was in a bad place. Burned out, disillusioned. But thanks to you, Nora, I figured out how to prioritize. Deal with my own needs as well as Alma's.
Nora smiles, blushes a
I
little.
don't want to see you lot make the same mistakes I did.
That makes sense. I'm glad you don't sugarcoat it. But your expertise, your work, it's still inspiring.
I understand what you mean, Jade. My mind is in so many places at once. It's disorienting. It takes you over.
Right. Which is why we need to keep ourselves sharp.
I spend the rest of the evening talking to the locals from here in Alma. They all have stories about the Naiads. How they stayed here as a child, slept here when their homes were repossessed by MK. How they relied on the community kitchen, how it gave them time to get back on their feet. How it was a constant, a reminder of happier times. Everyone wants to see it open again. When we were forced to close after Ursula disappeared and now after Laszlo's death, it felt like a part of the community had been torn out. The question I fear here most often by far is, when will the Naiads open again? I tell them the truth. I don't know. Nora wants to open immediately, Jade too, but I'm not so sure. There are bigger issues at hand. Still, we offer beds to the few people who need them for the night, a small return to
Through
normalcy.
peace and hardship, the Naiads remains a vital organ within Alma.
It's a serviceable headquarters as well, though I would not call it a stronghold.
It need not be a fortress. This place will persist as long as it brings people together. Life has been stolen from the Naiads, but life has also returned.
Indeed. Wars are not often won or waged by individuals.
This is an organism in itself, Harmony. One which must be nurtured.
Keep its blood pumping.
There is talk of more protests tomorrow, fueled by the news of the lawsuit. We will see what morning brings, but for now, I'm happy to be here, with our community. The night is over, and what a night. Somehow I sense this is the beginning of the end. Whatever path I chose, whatever future I decide, Reverie is almost healed. The aspirations are back to their full powers. Whatever choices I make, I need to be certain. After what happened before between me and the aspirations, power and bond are determined to act. I can feel it. They will shape the world according to what I do.
Unite all of Alma. Our community is essential.
This will give me a glimpse of what they could do with their powers if they were chosen as a heart. Fatigue has lowered my defenses. My mind is an open book. Bond and power can surely tell how exhausted I am.
It will be done. For now, all you must do is rest.
It will soon be the time for action. But not yet. Save your strength for the struggle ahead.
An official investigation into MK has just been opened. Who knows where it'll lead us? Outside, there's a march starting. It's all boiling over. Laszlo's death, the freeing of the prescience, and MK's inhumane policies. I watch the people set out. I hear them chanting no more as they close on central Atina. I hear them working to block the streets. With these barricades, Alma is cutting itself off from the rest of the island. My heart is with them. We have to bear the force of changing the world. Sirens scream all night long. Gunshots tear the stillness apart. The future is so uncertain.
Harmony. You are on the right path to understanding who we truly are.
Whatever's waiting for me outside
has been in motion for centuries.
Power's heavy hand brushes past my shoulder end. Oh snap. Behind our every move, walking in our footsteps, the aspirations have always been there. They guided us, showed us the way, their way. The vision I had proved one thing. The world is always ready to change, and I must be too. The circle of aspirations is complete again. Very soon, it will be time to put an end to all this and choose a new heart. A heart to lead future generations, to lead the world. I won't be choosing only for Atina or myself. There are many things at stake, many lives. And after everything we've been through,
This is it, and I can't do it alone.
I'll need all the help I can get. I open my eyes and roll out of the sweltering cocoon of bedsheets.
Wow. It's already so hot.
Something's off with the climate. It's as if the heat never left the air, or our walls or sidewalks. Our bodies, not even in the dead of night. I stretch and rub my face and start in on my morning routine.
Come on. You can do it.
This kind of mundane ritual comes as a kind of relief, but it won't last. It's been a couple of days since the aspirations told me they'd bring a change to the world. It's almost time for me to fulfill my role. In the meantime, I have things to take care of before the Naiads comes to life. The place is now home to dozens of prescients. After leaving NK's clutches, a lot of them had nowhere else to go. Nora welcomed them with open arms, and Ursula played along. It's nice seeing the Naiads so busy again. I just wish it was under better circumstances.
All right. Let's do this.
As I leave my room, I hear them, chanting, screaming, a buzz like angry bees surrounding an interloper, the protesters. Ever since Ursula drew up the lawsuit, there's been a pro-MK presence around the Naiads. Today, there are more of them as usual. There are signs, megaphones, and the occasional camera drone. Not the best start to a morning I've ever had. Pro MK? It's been almost a week since the protesters decided we'd be better off without MK. Since then, the neighborhood has become the Alma commune. Every day we support each other and fight. As long as MK is the government on Atina, we can't expect any concessions if we surrender now. Perhaps the trial will bring peace. Until then, the streets are blocked and surveilled. Trivids and phones are a rare sight now, and their activity is surely monitored by MK software. I've heard no news of Yana. In retaliation to the insurrection, MK has raised the cost of water and electricity for the entire island. Their reasoning is that recent events on Atina have put our infrastructures on tension. As such, we are obligated to adapt the pricing of our services. But we know no one forces them to do anything. It's a punishment and nothing else to put the blame on us. Only by pooling all our resources are we managing to buy time and get everyone what they need. Food supplies is the hardest part, especially since the sea is so polluted, it's not safe to eat fish. There's an association managing everything. Everyone participates, from each according to their ability to each according to their needs. I have to go there to make sure we're all set. Nora is waiting for me, but Omar comes to me first. He looks serious.
Polly, news. Jade's bringing people in today. She's asking for you. She needs your powers to keep everyone safe.
Jade is leading help into the Alma from elsewhere in Atina. They're bringing the food and supplies we need to keep fighting MK. This is unexpected timing, but...
I'll be there.
I guess I don't have much time now. While Omar leaves, I check on Nora to see if everything's okay.
Hey, the Prescients aren't doing well. They're weak from what MK and Ursula did. They're underfed too, and they badly need medicine, painkillers, anything to help them recover. Can you bring some?
What the fuck are prescients again? Hold on. Prescients. Program, spring. Explorers of the mind. Oh, the people that used to work for MK. They're called prescients. Fuck me. Okay.
Oh, and when you see Jade, make sure nothing happens to her. To anyone. Alright?
I'll do my best.
She opens her arms and wraps me up in a quick but heartfelt hug. My sister is really taking her duty to the prescients to heart. Head out to meet Jade. She's exactly where she said she'd be. Waves as I hurry over. We chat a bit about Nora and how she's doing, the Naiads, and how the prescients have settled in. Then we move to the topic at
A new
hand.
batch of people want to cross over. Every day, more people want to try to switch sides and join us, hoping things will get better if we win.
She falls silent and gestures for me to follow her into a covered alley. We duck and I hear it. High-pitched whirring overhead. Yeah. The news hovers in place for a few seconds before moving along. The pitch warps as it flies out of earshot.
Those drones aren't supposed to be out until nightfall. We should be careful. Soldiers are everywhere too. See, this is why I asked for you. We have people on MK's side of town willing to help us, but that won't prevent things from going south.
I have some errands to run. Perhaps I can find something to help.
Maybe, but be careful. Don't get sidetracked. Every minute counts.
Okay. Let's see what I can do. head to one of the many barricades around Alma. This one's unmanned. Within moments, Jade and a few supporters have cleared a hole for me to slip through. Although I can fit, it's not comfortable. Asphalt scrapes my knees and palms. Cold concrete presses in on me as I crawl through the tiny passage. I scan the area. There are soldiers here, a few hibernating drones, but nothing out of the ordinary. I report back to the others as a group seeking passage emerges from the shadows on the MK side of the barricade. Head out into the city. There's a collection of stores that provide for those in need. There's no catchy name. It's just called the Association. It's our only hope right now. I mean, Laszlo's garden can feed a few of us, but not the crowd we're currently dealing with. As I approach the first shop, I feel embarrassed. The other people here look in far worse shape than I do. Shame washes over me. Everything the Association provides to me is something I can't provide to them. How did things end up like this? Not just for me, for everyone else here. Atina is a wealthy enough place, modern. There should be more than enough to go around. A drone buzzes overhead in counterpoint to my own conclusion. There's enough to go around, but those on the top have taken it for their own. I grind my nails into my palms, gulp down on my emotions, and step forward. I mostly need food and medicine, but things are rationed as much as possible. Told me about the debilitating effects that MK's research had had on some of the prescients. Migraines, balance issues, stomach ulcers, lingering side effects, pain. Medicine, that's my priority. The woman behind the counter smiles warmly as I arrive at the head of the queue. She inquires about my day, lightly, gently. She knows not to pry. I smile and reel off some general platitudes. When she asks me what I need, I point to the medicine cabinet. Nora will be glad to know we at least have something to help the prescients. If there's anything they need. I brought anything I could think of that we could spare. The woman smiles again and assures me it's not necessary. I insist in turn. She looks over the items I brought with me. Tools, toys, a few old trinkets. There's a large portion of my childhood in these bags. I swallow any clinging nostalgia. I don't need them anymore, but someone else might. She takes a choice for the children, she says, and a few tools. The roof is leaking, she tells me. This will help. I feel better. Now I can fool myself into thinking this was a trade rather than charity. It's a lie, but a convenient one. Of Alma locals have gathered money to help us take care of the prescients and manage after Laszlo's death. It's not much, but it's enough to help. They set up a page using MK's own crowdfunding portal. It's hard not to laugh at the irony. I'm surprised MK didn't shut it down. So were the organizers, they tell me, but it was probably too small for MK to even notice. I can't thank them without crying. They hold me, these strangers, until my shoulders stop shaking. We'll manage, thanks to them. Sure what we're doing until Jade flashes a series of hand signs, words with no sounds. One of the soldiers wanders over. I begin to wonder if we're all in a bad spy move. He looks me over slowly, licking his lips all the while. It's all I can do to not punch him squarely in the groin. Apparently, I'm not hiding my intent as well as I imagined. Jade places a hand on my arm and she slips him in an envelope. 5 minutes later, he's back with several bags of supplies, a wicked grin on his face. I think he's already imagining how he'll profit from this deal. Echoes of gunfire, too close for comfort. People are fighting. We don't have the power to calm the situation. We don't have the power to hold out indefinitely against MK either. Have we been betrayed? Was this a trap? We can't know for sure, but we have to act now and hope for the best. I head back to the Naiads. The medicine in my bag is reassuringly heavy. When I get back, I remember we heard some headache pills in the bathroom. Certainly couldn't hurt to offer them to the Prescients, given all they've been through. I rifle through a few drawers, pull out some old prescriptions long since past their expiration dates. In one of the boxes I spy antihistamines for Laszlo's coconut allergy. I can still see his face. Of all the things to be allergic to, it had to be my favorite food. He was pissed. You could always tell when his cravings got the better of him when he'd emerge from the kitchen cornered, covered in hives, complaining about his luck. I shake the thought from my head, not the right time. I find the meds I'm looking for stuffed beneath a misplaced bag of baking soda. None of this would cure the Prescients of their symptoms, but it should help with the pain. Alright. The handoff is quick and it's tense. We open the barricade just long enough for them to pass, and just as we close it, MK's private militia crashes against it in full gear. People run to brace it up. Jade and Omar
That
are
was
furious.
less than ideal.
Sloppy. That was a real risk.
Before we can say more, the crowd sees, displacing us with another rush to the barricade. After a few minutes, Yana emerges from their midst and approaches
Dude,
me.
what a day. Up for a hug?
Yes, please. But quickly.
One brief but very tight hug later.
Feels stupid to ask, but how's everything?
Not great.
Right, gotcha.
We do have plenty of space at the Naiads, at least. They're always open to you, you know.
Oh, me? Well, what will the neighbors say?
They smile mischievously. At least something positive might come of all this. Okay, we're gonna stop here because I'm getting tired. And we'll come back next time.